It all began with a feeling, a quiet stirring deep within me that refused to be ignored. Sometimes the call to adventure isn't loud or dramatic, it's a gentle nudge, a whisper that tugs at your heart until you have no choice but to listen. There was a whisper on the wind that I simply had to follow, a sense that something extraordinary was waiting just beyond the horizon, hidden in the folds of the mountains. I found myself climbing into the thin air of the Bolivian Andes, far from any city, where the world felt both ancient and untouched. Each step up the steep path was a step away from the familiar and a step closer to something unknown. My destination wasn't a hotel, but a humble door in a village clinging to the mountainside where the clouds seemed close enough to touch and the air was filled with the promise of discovery. I knocked, heart pounding, and was greeted by a weathered, smiling face, a woman whose eyes sparkled with kindness and curiosity as if she'd been expecting me all along. In that moment, I was no longer a stranger. I was welcomed as a guest, ushered inside with warmth and laughter. The threshold between outside and in felt like a passage into another world, one where hospitality was a way of life. The air was thick with wood smoke and the scent of something delicious simmering, a fragrance that spoke of tradition and care. The kitchen glowed with sunlight filtering through the smoke, casting everything in a golden haze. Children peeked out, giggling from behind their mother's skirt, their eyes wide with curiosity and excitement. Their laughter was infectious, breaking the ice and making me feel instantly at ease. There was no check-in, no paperwork, just an immediate sense of belonging, as if I'd stepped into a story that had been waiting for me. The home was simple, but every corner radiated warmth and welcome. My room was simple. Adobe walls, a wool blanket, rustic furnishings, but it felt more luxurious than any hotel. The textures and colors of the handmade textiles told stories of generations, and I felt wrapped in their history. That evening we sat together, sharing hot cocoa tea and silent glances by the fire. The language barrier melted away in the glow of the hearth, replaced by a quiet understanding and a sense of shared humanity. The father pointed to the stars, sharing his world with pride, even if I didn't know the words. The sky above the Andes was impossibly clear, and for a moment I felt connected to something vast and timeless. As I lay under the heavy blanket, the anxieties of modern life faded away, replaced by a deep sense of peace. The silence of the mountains was profound, broken only by the distant sounds of night. Up here, life was tangible, real, and deeply human. Every woven thread, every shared meal, every smile was a reminder of what truly matters: connection, kindness, and the beauty of simple moments. I'd come seeking adventure, but found something more precious, a sense of home and a lesson in true welcome. The laughter we shared, the stories exchanged, became memories I would carry forever. Sometimes the greatest journeys begin with a simple knock on a door, a leap of faith into the unknown. And sometimes the world that opens up is more beautiful than you ever imagined, full of warmth, wonder, and the kind of welcome that stays with you long after you've left the clouds behind. And waking up in the Andes is like stepping into a living painting where every color and shadow feels impossibly vivid. The first light of day creeps over the horizon, gently illuminating the world with a soft golden glow. It's a moment that feels both ancient and new, as if the mountains themselves are greeting you. Dawn spills rose-gold light over colossal peaks, and the silence is profound, broken only by the distant calls of birds or the soft rustle of llamas moving through the mist. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of earth and wildflowers, and every breath feels like a gift. The villages seem to grow from the earth itself, adobe houses blending into the ochre landscape. Their walls, sun-baked and sturdy, echo the colors of the mountains, as if nature and humanity have struck a quiet, enduring truce. There are no paved roads, just dusty tracks winding through terraced fields carved by generations. These paths connect lives and stories, weaving through the land like ancient veins. Children play with laughter that echoes off the hills, while women in vibrant poleras walk with quiet strength, balancing baskets and traditions. Life here feels stripped to its beautiful core, where every gesture is meaningful and every day is shaped by the land. Tiny flowers push through stone, defying the harshness of altitude, and herds of llamas roam freely, their woolly forms dotting the hillsides. The air is so pure it feels like drinking from a mountain spring, refreshing your spirit with every inhale. At over 4,000 meters, every breath is a reminder. You're alive, standing on top of the world. The horizon stretches endlessly and the sky feels close enough to touch. A deep blue canvas above. The mountains ape us as sacred protectors and providers. Locals offer coca leaves and prayers, honoring the spirits that dwell in these ancient stones. Standing beneath them, your own worries shrink to nothing. The sheer scale of the landscape puts everything in perspective, reminding you of your place in the world. Here, humility and awe are daily companions. The mountains teach patience, resilience, and gratitude for the simplest things. The Andes offer a perspective that lingers long after you've left. Their memory follows you, a quiet reminder of beauty and strength. You realize what truly matters is not what you own, but the beauty you witness, the moments you breathe in, and the stories you carry home. And that beauty is everywhere, waiting to be seen, felt, and remembered. In the highlands, the day begins before sunrise. The family stirs, pots clatter, and a rooster crows, no alarm clocks needed. Eleanor, my host mother, prepares breakfast by the fire, toasted quinoa and sweet api. After eating, we head to the terraced fields to harvest potatoes. Hundreds of varieties, each a hidden treasure. My hands fumble, but the family laughs kindly and shows me the way. Work here is hard, but it's meaningful. A shared rhythm, a connection to the land. As the sun sets, we return with our harvest, children running to greet us. The satisfaction is real, a day's honest work, a tangible reward. In this daily cycle, I learned the joy of simple labor and the value of what the earth provides. The kitchen is the heart of the Andean home, warm, smoky, alive. Meals are cooked over a clay stove, fueled by wood or llama dung, and everyone gathers around. Food prep is communal, shelling corn, sorting quinoa, grinding chilies on a baton. Laughter and stories fill the air, wisdom passed down through generations. We eat soups thick with quinoa, stews of llama meat and potatoes in every form. Every meal is a gift from Pachamama. Nothing wasted, everything respected. Evenings end with music by the fire, children asleep on sheepskins, and a sense of family that transcends borders. In these moments, I felt the true magic of the Andes: food, fire, and togetherness. In the Andes, tradition is alive, woven into daily life. The women's weaving is a language, each pattern telling stories of family and land. Elena showed me how wool becomes thread, dyed with plants and minerals from the mountains. Every step is deliberate, connecting them to ancestors and Pachamama. Rituals, like spilling a drink for the earth, remind everyone of their place in nature. During a local festival, the village bursts into color, music, and dance. To join the circle of dancers was an honor, a living thread tying past to present. Here, tradition isn't preserved, it's celebrated every single day. The Andean villages thrive on Uyuni, mutual help, today for you, tomorrow for me. When a neighbor's roof needed fixing, the whole community came together. No payment, just shared effort and laughter. This spirit extends to childcare, food, and caring for elders. Everyone belongs. Children wander freely, elders are revered, and no one is left behind. Joys and sorrows are shared by all, creating unbreakable bonds. True wealth here is measured in relationships, not possessions. In a world obsessed with independence, the Andes remind us of the power of connection. Their way of life is a blueprint for compassion and belonging. It's a lesson I'll never forget. Life in the high Andes is tough. Biting cold, thin air, and unpredictable weather. Hardship is constant, from crop failures to the pull of young people leaving for the city, yet the community faces it all with resilience and pride. Joy is found in small victories: a good harvest, a shared meal, a sunset over the peaks. Their happiness isn't about possessions, but about family, tradition, and the beauty around them. They don't fight their reality, they embrace it, finding laughter even in struggle. True strength here is the ability to dance in the face of adversity. The mountains shape not just the land, but the spirit of the people. Before this journey, I thought travel was about sights and souvenirs. Living with an Andean family changed everything. It became about sharing, feeling, and connecting. I found joy in simplicity, peace in silence, and meaning in work. Without internet or phones, I felt more connected than ever through shared meals, laughter, and learning. The true wealth here was family, community, and tradition. Leaving was hard. Bonds had formed that transcended language. I left a piece of my heart on that mountainside. The mountains changed me, giving me a quieter heart and a new sense of gratitude. Sometimes the greatest journeys are the ones that change who you are, and the Andes did just that. What do we really bring home from our travels? Not objects, but connections. These connections are the threads that weave the rich tapestry of our travel experiences. The memory of a shared smile, a story by the fire. These are the treasures that last. They linger in our hearts long after the journey ends, reminding us of the warmth and kindness we encountered. True travel means stepping behind the curtain, seeing real life, and finding our shared humanity. It's about immersing ourselves in the daily rhythms of the places we visit and understanding the lives of those who call it home. We all seek love, security, and purpose, no matter where we're from. These universal desires connect us, transcending borders and cultures. I urge you, be open, be kind, and seek out these connections. Choose the family guest house, where you can experience genuine hospitality and form lasting bonds. Eat at the local market, where the flavors tell stories of tradition and culture. Learn a few words and watch as doors open and smiles appear. The greatest adventures are found in crossing the bridge between two hearts. It's in these moments of connection that we find the true essence of travel. I hope this story inspires you to travel with your heart, not just your eyes. Let your journey be guided by empathy and curiosity. There are more stories to tell, more hidden corners to explore together. Each step we take brings us closer to understanding and unity. Thank you for coming with me. Let's continue to seek out these meaningful connections wherever our travels may lead.